All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Look, I pray everyone is having an amazing Thursday. Look, it's almost Friday, right? But you should be that excited between Friday and Monday. I know a lot of people are like, oh God, I dread Mondays. But look, you had another opportunity to get some things done on this week. And so I hope you crush those things. Make sure as you're coming on, you say, hey, hi, hello. Say something, and then besides that, make sure that you go ahead and hit that share button right now. It's only going to take you, I don't know, 2 seconds of your time. Hit the share button because we have, hey Selena, so we have an amazing guest with us on this afternoon, and I know you all are like, 3 p.m. Like, what is Carly? What are they doing? Look, like Shay Brown says, the internet never ever sleeps. So if you're catching this now, catching this in the replay now, 10 years from now, whenever, look, you're going to get some valuable information and just a great topic on today, right? And you're probably like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Well, I have Miss Michaela here with us on today, on this afternoon. And you all, what are we talking about?
Menopause.
Right. So get excited about it. Get excited about menopause. Why? Because all of us are going to get there. If you're not already there, you will get there just like we all got to puberty, right? And we had those discussions. However your parents had the discussions, whether you heard it at school, you knew some things about puberty. So that's what we're doing, one woman at a time around the world, talking about menopause. So who am I, right? Who am I? Make sure you all put shared in the comments, because we want to know if you went on and shared that video out. You all know I love accountability. So look, if once you hit the share button, put that in the comments. And so who am I? I am the #1 Black face of women in menopause. Yes, I'm Carlika Katrina Basnight-Menendez. Yes, all of that. And so what do, right? I support women thrive in their business while you're dealing with menopause, right? It's about managing your menopause because you can't escape it, and it's your menopause. Like, I got my own things going on. Michaela may have her own things going on. So it's your menopause, but y'all, I feel like something's on my face or something. Y'all know I'm just real open, right? That's what we're doing, right? You can still thrive in your business. You can still thrive in life, and you don't have to allow menopause to kill you. It's not going to kill you. It's just a transition in your life. And so that's a little bit clearly about me. I do want to let you all know, what do we have coming up? Menopause and Mimosa, okay? September the 18th, and you're going to see it right on the screen. Menopause and Mimosa, September 18th. That is the link. Go ahead and get registered, you all. We have some amazing speakers. These speakers have given some amazing prizes. I'm talking about things to cool off. Whatever you can imagine, they have given it to us. So we're definitely grateful for these CEOs for joining us. And so look, you all, Miss Michaela.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. Well, I don't think I thought I spoke fast, but I think I have a competition now with you. So a little bit about me. For those of you who don't know me, I am an Australian born and raised, and I got married young, and I'm a high school teacher by training, and I moved to Canada 30 years ago, which seemed to be the other side of the world with no FaceTime, none of this. We had to rely on good old faxes and letters. And so my menopause journey started a couple of years ago when it actually landed me in the hospital thinking I was having a heart attack, but logically knowing I was not. And it turned out after all the tests were negative, I was given some Ativan and told, you're under stress, go home. And that was when I first learned that there was such a thing as menopausal anxiety. I had no idea. Nobody told me. And I was quite shocked because it took me by surprise, but I can actually now pinpoint a moment when it actually started a year previous to that in perimenopause. So yeah, it was quite horrifying. Along with the hot flushes, along with the severe anxiety, along with the weight gain, the exhaustion, and the no sleep, I was not a happy person. But for me, I'm just going to tell you before we start really talking about it, for me, what worked, and I know we're going to go into it in a little bit more detail, but I actually saw my doctor, and he put me on hormones, which I went into, and I went on, they helped a little bit. but it didn't help everything. And I think part of the problem is we cannot just, here's a pill for the anxiety when there's so many other factors involved. Exactly. So for me, what did it was I found this amazing program by Dr. Wendy Sweet, the My Menopause Transformation Program. And she spoke to me. It was using food and understanding why our body changes and why what we used to do, we can't do, what we used to eat, we can't eat, and so forth. And that's how I've been really controlling my symptoms.
Wow. So ladies, let us know, right? Because Michaela, the thing is, no one really wants to talk about menopause. We're definitely making some progress. Yes. So we're seeing more people come out and discuss it. But I remember never hearing it. I only heard a couple of things. My own personal summer, or, oh my God, it's just hot. And I was like, oh, okay. It's 40 degrees outside. But I remember having my first hot flash. And ladies, what we want you all to understand, we have to keep talking about it. We have to keep bringing awareness, because I do believe that certain things with your lifestyle, you can change some things even before you get to that stage of menopause, right? And so for myself, I didn't go to get into menopause naturally. I was thrown into it simply because I had a full hysterectomy at the age of 30.
Yeah.
So a 30-year-old mentality, right? You're sitting there and they're giving you all the pamphlets and you're like, okay, I can read. But let me tell you all, those pamphlets did no justice when I had my first hot flash. I remember standing near my kitchen and I was like, what in the world is going on? Why am I feel like I'm just on fire? Y'all, I literally wanted to jump in the freezer butt naked. Like, that's how hot I got. And I was like, okay, I remember her saying something about hot flashes, but the doctor didn't really go into no detail about what I was going to really feel, what was really going to go on. And so I felt like I was going to go crazy. I was like, oh my God. So ladies, Selena, welcome. Ladies, make sure that you share this video out. What are we talking about on this afternoon? Menopause, because it's affecting millions of women.
Exactly. And I don't know why we're not discussing it. We prepare our kids for puberty, what their bodies and what to expect with the changes. But when it comes to menopause, it's always been such a quiet whisper. She's going through the change. Yes, we're changing, we're transitioning. And what that means is our bodies are working the way they should be working, if obviously not if you're forced into menopause. But it's another stage of our life. Yes. And it's a stage it has so many wonderful things attached to it. It's not all negative. And I don't know why people are just so shy, embarrassed. There are so many women that are confused, that are lost, that are suffering from so many symptoms, and they're not getting enough support. And so Alika and I just wanted to say, we can support you. Like, there are people out there who want to change this. And the other thing I want to talk about with you, Kalika, is menopause in the workplace. I think is something that's really not spoken about. And I'm not in the workplace. I work from home. But tell me your experience, because I know you had.
Oh my gosh. So look, anyone, if you're out here listening, right, and you're like, wow, menopause in the workplace is real. Let me just say it's all the way real. And once again, let me put this disclaimer out there. We are not doctors, so you need to consult your doctors. We're not telling you what to do. We're just sharing our own menopausal journeys. I'm just putting that out there because you won't come up here and say, Carlika and Michaela said. No, what we're telling you is do your research, but get the right information, because it's a lot of bogus information out here. And then know your body, right? Know your body. And so for me, menopause in the workplace, you all, I know most of us, and like Michaela said, she works from home, but in the workplace, I have never, regardless if I worked in the hospital or wherever, even when I was in the school system, there was no conversations about menopause, even at the health fairs. Like, I think back at the wellness things, and I'm like, yeah, it's never nothing with more geared to, even when I look at the women's health things, there's nothing about menopause. And so in the workplace, a lot of employers, it's nothing, once again, that's discussed. They do not have empathy. They're not aware, right? And so they make comments of, she's crazy, or she's just has an attitude or she's just in her bubble without even asking questions of, hey, how are you doing today or something? Or they make comments like, okay, well, if you're that hot, do you want to stick your head in the freezer or something like that? We cannot say these things.
No, not anymore. And not ever. We should never have said them anyway. Exactly.
Right. You cannot say those things. I've been doing my research, and though menopause is not a disease, there are things that can protect. This falls under diversity, right? We see so many companies have really taken over in that market of trying to diversify their companies and everything. This is part of that. If diversity and inclusion, it can fall under that. This menopause falls under the Disability Act. Once again, menopause itself is not a disability. You all, this is why we got to read, right? This is why we have to do research, because there are reasonable accommodations that your employer can make. And once again, reasonable accommodations. Now, this is the thing, Michaela. A lot of the women transitioning that are in menopause, they're either at the height of their career. Yes. So when we look at a company, you don't want to start losing. And this is what a lot of women are doing. They are leaving the workplace because it's just becoming too much mentally, physically. Sometimes people don't understand why you're late because you haven't slept, because you've been up and down all night with night sweat, sleeping like a newborn baby, but they assume that you have an attitude. And it's like, no, I don't have an attitude. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm irritated because I did not sleep before I came in. And so instead of me, hurting anyone's feelings or seeming snappy, let me just be quiet so I can find ways to help me just get through the night so I can go home, possibly, keyword, get a good night's rest. And so in the workplace, there are no signs up, right? Think about when COVID hit. Oops, y'all plant down. Man down. But once COVID hit, you saw all around in the workplace, in different places, all the infographics, everything, giving people that information. We can do the same thing with menopause. I have not ever had a menopause training at work. I've never even heard anyone wherever I've worked with anything talking about it. And a lot of women don't even feel comfortable telling their management team because you're afraid of losing your job.
Right.
So instead of saying, hey, I may be late or I may need, 30 minutes after my shift just to come in, that's a reasonable accommodation, right? Or do you have a room that's cooler where I can maybe cool off? Because there are times where I've literally had, this also falls under health and safety. If your work environment is too hot, is not conducive, no ventilation, you can contact OSHA. It's health and safety because you're dealing with something. I can't tell menopause a hot flash when to come and not to come. Right. And some days I may have none. Some days it seems like I had about 15 of them. I don't have control over that. So there have been times where I have to go to my car. I have to blast the air on myself, or some of the hot flashes for me, my journey, you all, once again, let me keep emphasizing that my journey, to the point I really felt sick because I just got too hot and I needed to just lay down for a few minutes. Sometimes people don't understand that. So once again, who's having the trainings? Do your business, your employer, do they have some type of menopause policy? And then ladies, don't be afraid to open up and tell them, because they won't know what's going on. I talk about menopause at work. I'm like, I need to go take a break. I'm hot. They see the sweat coming down. I have even told them, look, if I get too hot, I'm not going to keep pushing myself. If I have to leave, I have to leave. A lot of employers don't want to hear that because now this affects productivity. This affects attendance. So this is why employers, if you're listening, you want to have some type of policy. You want to have some type of reasonable accommodation so that you don't lose your top performers. So you don't lose people that's been there for years. And now because they're in menopause and they're like the brain fog, which then affects self-esteem and all of these other things, the hot flashes, whatever, the weight gain, all of these different things. You still want these women to be powerful and effective in the boardroom. Ladies, you can still be effective and strong in the boardroom and in the bedroom.
I totally agree. And I think with menopause, we have to look at, like I said, it's not just one symptom and then here's a pill, the symptom goes. We have to look at the stress level women are under, because as our body changes and our hormones go wacky and our estrogen decreases, so many things happen to our body. And I think one thing we really need to focus on, the first thing is sleep, because if you're not sleeping, you can actually gain weight. It's looking at what kind of exercise you're doing. I was literally dragging my body to the gym thinking, oh, I'll feel better after I work out. The doctor said to me, I said, I can't lose weight. I keep putting on. He said, just move more and move more, eat less. And I moved more, I ate less, and I kept putting on weight. So it's really looking at get your sleep under control. And this program that I've done has shown me how to do that. It's talking about what foods we can eat, what products we use on our body. It's just as important what we're putting in our bodies as what we're putting on our bodies, because it creates inflammation. And when we hit menopause, that's when we really notice it. So you want to be using, and that's why I'm so passionate. My business is all about clean and healthy products. And the reason I'm so passionate about it, even more so now, is the fact that it creates inflammation. So you've got to be very careful what you're eating. Are you getting your greens? A lot of women in menopause are deficient in vitamin D and vitamin B12. And doctors, again, this is from my research, my experience, they're not always understanding the total picture. So, I notice in a lot of Facebook groups, there's a lot of women that suffer menopausal anxiety, and a lot of them say they're on all kinds of antidepressants. And then they walk around, they say feeling like zombies. So, I'm all for medication, but I think there's also other things to look at. You've got to look at your lifestyle, self-care, breathing, how you move. All these things really contribute. For me, refined sugars and processed foods are triggers for the anxiety. So I try to stay away from them. And menopause, I'm looking at Selena's question. Is there a specific age when menopause starts? It's a great question. And the average age is around 51. I did it at 51 and a half. There are people that start in their 40s. There are people like Karlika who were thrown into it at their 30s. And the average age is 51, but
Michaela, I love what you said there. And that's why, ladies, we're saying the more you know now and knowing your body. I'm a huge believer in communication, because think about when you go to the doctor, right? You're only telling them symptoms, and then they prescribe or they give you some, diagnosis. But when you pay more attention to your own body, then now you're able to communicate exactly what's going on. And once again, some of the doctors, they're not, and we're hearing this across the board, they're not real versed with menopause at all. So if you go there, they're like, oh, you're stressed, oh, you're depressed. You know what? Here's some medication. Here, keep in mind, once they give you that one medication, you're going to need another one to help out with that one. And then you'll probably need another one. So you're going to be just chinging all around with all of these medications. And so this is why we're saying lifestyle. We're not telling anyone not to do research with HRT and all of these different hormone replacement therapies and pellets and all. Do your research and ask your questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, right? When HRT was presented to me, it wasn't presented in the most, it scared me. Let me just say that. It scared me, and I was like, oh God, I will never do that. So, but do your research, right? Ask the questions, but like Michaela said, lifestyle changes, being more conscious of what we're putting in our mouth, what we're putting on our bodies, what we're doing on a daily basis, even before you get to menopause, right? Having regimens of fitness, having regimens of self-care now, because the thing is, a lot of us have these, these rolls and a little fluffy in the midsection or something, but our stress levels are always up here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Our stress levels, whether it's through work, whether it's home and life, whatever that looks like. And then, like you said, Michaela, sleep. So if you're stressed, a lot of times you're not sleeping good. You're not eating good. You're not getting the proper nutrition. I can definitely relate to the vitamin D. When I had my levels checked, my vitamin D was, I want to say 13.
Okay. I'm not sure the numbers. I don't know. I just know
mine was, my doctor was like, how are you functioning?
Okay. So there you go. It was very low. Okay.
He was like, this is extremely low.
Yeah.
And so ladies, get your levels and get your blood work done.
And you know what? I'm just going to jump in. When I went to my doctor and I had joined this program, she told me, she told me, just check these levels. And my doctor said, oh, you don't need to. I said, no, but I want to. He said, but it's going to cost you. I said, I want to check these levels. Please check my levels. And so I did. And I was very glad to do that. Not everyone goes through menopause and has terrible, terrible symptoms. There's many women that breeze through it and it's not an issue at all. Now, for me, I don't get a ton of hot flushes anymore. They're quite rare. If I do, I'm like, is it me or is it hot inside? And then I'll know. But I'm sleeping better. I've lost some of the weight. I'm moving my body in a very different way. I've learned that self-care is so important. And for women, I don't know why self-care is always attached to being selfish. And why, and being lazy. No, every single person, man or woman, needs to look after themselves, especially our mental self-care, because if we can't look after ourselves, we just can't look after other people. So all that plays effect, deep breathing, meditation, yoga, all these things that I used to, and not only that, your body doesn't recover in the same way as you get older from workouts and things like that, right? Exactly.
Right. And I love what you said, the mental, because that's another aspect of menopause with the workplace, the workplace and all of these things, even at home. It's mental. Like, we don't talk about the mental part sometimes of menopause. And so and once again, you may not even have these symptoms. Like Michaela said, some people just breeze through and it's just like, hey, I didn't have any of that. And I'm like, woo, well, congratulations. At women of color, right? I don't even know why we're not having half of the discussions at all. Yeah. At all. So, but I've been doing research, and ladies, we really need to, and not just women of color, all women, but I've been doing research as an African-American woman, where they're like, okay, right, we suffer a little more severe sometimes with the hot flashes and different things, which then leads to cardiovascular issues. Heart disease is one of the number one killers in women in different things, and especially women of color. So once again, these lifestyle changes before you even get to menopause, Michaela said, that refined sugar, y'all, it ain't our friend, okay? It is horrible.
Yeah, there's other ways, and the whole idea is to learn to replace. So take out the refined sugars and use other things that aren't refined or processed, right? And I have a cooking group where I do that. It's eating properly. You're right. If I was 45, I would go back and I would redo how I ate, because when I never had tummy rolls, and I'm like, oh, that won't happen to me. And then it did happen to me. I was like, hello, where do you come from? It was bad enough having the stretched skin from my kids, because I have the triplets, right? So I have a little triplet tummy there. But on top of that, I've got a menopause tummy. But you're right about heart disease and the mental side. So one of my issues when I had the anxiety was I focused and was very obsessed with my heart. For some reason, never had a heart problem, always low blood pressure, but it just made me, I was so obsessed with my heart and heart attack. And I do know from this program that eating beets and apples and celery are really, really good, because our vascular muscles get stiffer as we get older. So you need to eat different foods. And so it's really learning. I just wanted to talk about the hormones for a second too, because I went on hormones, and the hormones that I went on, I had a good experience, and my doctor told me that they're not like they were years ago. They've changed the way they've made them. The creams, the hormones, it's the same thing. It's still being absorbed into your body. Me personally, they worked a bit, and then I chose to get off them. I know for many, many women, they work wonders, and that's fabulous. I choose to eat better and to change my lifestyle, because that's what I want to do. And not only that, we can only benefit from eating better, and can't we, right? And
right. I agree. And that's why we have to keep having the conversations, because I know a lot of women are looking for more holistic remedies, even when it comes to just life period. They're looking for more holistic. A lot of people are like, hey, I don't want to be a walking candy lady. I don't want to take all these medications every day. But it really does start with making those small changes. Look, now we're not telling you to go dump everything out of your pantry and stuff today, but gradually make those changes to say, you know what, I want to create a healthy lifestyle, even while I'm in transition, or when I go through the transition, while I go through whatever changes. It may not even be menopause, right?
Right. So that would lead into be very aware of what you're putting on your body. And I'm so passionate because there are so many toxic chemicals that consumer is so unaware of. In the US, they ban 11, it's around 11 under 20 toxic chemicals from skincare. In the EU, they ban 1,400. Okay, our one bans 2,000. So can you imagine there's only 11 banned in the US in skincare, what people are using on a daily basis and compounded over time, what that does to your body. It's so that's a little change. Make a little change like that. Maybe eat more greens, cut out a little bit of this, and little changes rather than a big bang when you're forced to do it. It's much better to do it gradually.
I agree. And the same thing, you all. Hey, Dr. Joe. Dr. Joe has joined us. Dr. Joe said, yes, beware. Look, you all, I'm telling you, and I love the aspect even, and this is the thing, Michaela, menopause can come from so many angles. A lot of people focus on the symptoms a lot. And I like to take it from different angles, from the mental, from whether it's your sex life. All of these things play a part. Menopause can cause financial things because you're testing products and all of these different things, trial and error, trying to see, okay, is this going to work? Someone told me to get this. Someone said, get this over the counter. So it can become expensive. Even with the treatments, those can become expensive. So you all, once again, do your research if that is something that you may desire to do, to make sure your insurance company covers those things, or having a financial plan in your household, whatever that looks like. But even communicating in your household to your spouse or partners or whoever, to let them know what's going on, right? Because there are stages of these things and everything doesn't start happening at once, right? The vaginal dryness may not be right at once. You may not experience that, right? You may not experience not one hot flash. I'm going to say congratulations on that, because I still experience them. And like I said earlier, I may have one and then none someday. Then some days I'm just like, oh my God, what's going on here? So we have to be very conscious of those things. And that's what I'm doing, Michaela, making those lifestyle changes, right? So I'm joining a fitness program, right? And you ladies, if you want more information on that, let me know. They have an amazing deal going on, like only $9 or something. But I'm not getting ready to run myself crazy. Like Michaela said, she was doing, just running her, and was nothing happening. So you have to be very strategic with it. But then, like she said, getting more fiber, getting more greens. This is just lifestyle change. But the thing is, Michaela, sometimes we don't even know what to eat because we've been conditioned and trained.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I would, if anyone's interested in the program that I did for menopause, where she uses food, I'm happy to pop it in the chat later if I can somehow put it in. Because honestly, she saved my life. She really saved my life by using food. And what I gained was an understanding of why my body is going through this, and why going to the gym, working like a crazy woman doesn't work anymore, and why I'm really careful about the products I'm using on my body now, because I don't want all that inflammation. And it's just, who wants to put that crap in our bodies now? Like, making changes for like you said, holistically, from the inside out, from the outside in, making sure we have time to relax. I don't usually relax in the middle of the day. I did once, and my daughter came home and said, "Mom, are you okay?" But now it's okay. It's okay if my to-do list is not done at the end of the day. Like, we have to give ourselves permission to say, slow down today, I'm not feeling it, and that's okay. And no one can understand what you go through mentally unless they've been through it. And no one can really understand a hot flush. It's not just feeling hot. For me, I want to rip my skin off. That's what a hot flush is. And until you go through it, people don't understand. And so now is the time we should be talking about it. So people say, oh, I can relate to that. Oh, it's okay. I'm going to survive and be okay.
And this is the thing, Michaela, even if they can't relate, especially in the workplace.
Yeah.
Have that empathy.
Compassion,
because you don't know mentally where that person is right then for that moment.
Yeah.
And that may be that day that employee say, you know what, I'm just walking out of here because I cannot take any more.
Yeah.
Now you just added more work to other employees because you just didn't show that one little teensy bit of empathy to say, you know what, if you need to go take an extra break, go take an extra break.
Yeah.
Can I get you some water? Can I get you a cold paper towel? What can I do, right? And when it's all said and done, we're here to serve and support. And that's what Michaela, I, even on today, we're just here to share our journeys. And let me tell you, because you all hear the hot flashes and you all know I'll tell you, I don't care, I'll tell you all the business, right? But I want you to understand that we're enjoying life.
Yes.
A lot of people think
it hasn't ended. No, it hasn't ended.
It's not. Like, we're just getting started, right? We're just getting started.
That's another thing. It's the next chapter. And there's so many positives to it. So many positives to it.
Right. We are enjoying life. Number one, we had another opportunity. We had an opportunity to share. We have opportunities to keep sharing about menopause, and one woman at a time, a group at a time, whatever that looks like, right? That's what we're here for, to serve and support, to share our journeys, to share our experiences, and whatever your experience is in whatever area of your life. If you're not sharing it with someone, shame on you, because someone needs to hear what you have to say. Someone is waiting to hear what you have to say. Someone is like, okay, how did you move from point A to point B, and now you're in point C? I am telling you all, we are thriving in business, right? Because menopause has a negative connotation that you're old, you're wrinkly, that you're like you're on hospice or something. It's not the end. You're not getting ready to die. You will get through. I'm having a hot flash now, but I'm still showing up.
There you go. Yeah, and you're going on. You're continuing.
Exactly. So I wanted to say that because so many people think, oh my God, I get to menopause. They're afraid to even get to menopause. People are afraid of aging. You all, it is a blessing to be here and age, right? It is a blessing. You have another opportunity to do something different, to help someone, to encourage someone, to support someone. So you all see Michaela's website up here. Make sure you go and check her out. Connect with her on social media as well. You all, she has a cooking community teaching us, right? If you don't know what to cook, or you're tired of cooking the same thing and you're like, I want to cook something healthier, but I'm so used to, my grandma recipe, but she's teaching us and
everything. Yeah.
Right. Sugar and all of these, there's some healthy alternatives so that you can say, you know what? I don't know when I'm going to expire, but while I'm here, I'm going to live my life to the fullest and create a healthy lifestyle. You all, we love talking about menopause. If y'all ain't noticed by now, with the hot flash and everything, we love talking about menopause. We love talking about those lifestyle changes, and we are here to support you. Once again, if you don't ask the questions, we won't know what you want or what you need or what you want more clarity on. So you got to open up your mouth. You have to connect with the right people to say, hey, I'm having these issues. Am I in menopause? Once again, we're not doctors.
No, okay? But get support. Surround yourself with people that bring you up. Surround yourself with people that can understand what you're going through, or at least be empathetic towards it. And there's no shame or embarrassment. And I think, you know what, if we can help just one person, I'm happy. And like you said, we're here to serve. We're here to help others. And I think when you hit this side of the aging process, no matter what age, it changes you, and your priorities shift and change. There's a lot of gratitude and a lot of wanting to help others. So and I'm so glad that we connected and we met.
Yes. Yes, really, thank you all. Michaela, we met on LinkedIn, you all.
Last week. And we hit it off. So
exactly. Look, and so don't be afraid to reach out to people. Don't be afraid to connect with people. If we never would have connected, we wouldn't be up here on a Thursday afternoon sharing about menopause, sharing about lifestyle changes, sharing about the transition, and letting you know, look, we are enjoying life. Yes, some days I might be a little irritated. Yes, I might have a hot flash. But other than that, I'm enjoying life.
Sometimes I forget. I'm like, did I just say that? Mom, you said that. Did I just say that? So
out loud? I did.
Okay, whatever. Anyway.
So Selena says, you are definitely helping me with this information. You are so welcome, Selena. And that's what it's about. The more we keep talking about it, ladies. So make sure, if you have not shared this video, go ahead and hit the share button. Share it into all of whatever communities that you're allowed, right? Because some communities don't allow you, so don't get in trouble. But whatever communities you are allowed to share this in, go ahead and hit the share button right now, 1 or 2. How long? 2 seconds of your time, 2 seconds of your life. And hit that share button, because someone else needs to hear this information. Someone else needs to know that there are women out here connecting with one another to bring this information, just to bring more awareness, so that, you know what, you can start now. If you're not in menopause, this is especially even for you, where you can say, let me start making these lifestyle changes. Let me start seeing some things that I can do. And then if you're in menopause, we can help you manage that, right? Through nutrition, through health, through not working yourself half to death at the gym, but giving you those lifestyle changes. So you all make sure that you connect with Michaela. Her website is right here as well. And you all, she has amazing products. I don't know if you all have heard of Arbonne, but I love their fiber. Love. And I used to didn't like taking those type of supplements. But I do like the makeup too, though.
The makeup's amazing. We have everything: skincare, hair care, and these are the things that you're putting on daily. And we can use like an extraordinary amount of products a day, which really is all those chemicals on your body. So you know what? These are products you're using anyway. You might as well switch to something cleaner and healthier. And that's one change of many you can make: your food, your products, your attitude, your exercise. There's so many things. Yeah.
So I love it. Thank you so much, Dr. Joe, for sharing. Thank you, Selena. Ladies, look, Michaela, any last words you want to share with the audience? Once again, ladies, if you haven't shared, I'm going to keep telling you, go ahead and share the video out, right? Because this is great information. You want to be able to thrive in your business, thrive in life, all while managing your menopause, finding ways, Michaela said, your self-care. If you don't have a routine or anything that you do every single day, I'm not talking about self-care on the weekend at the end of the work week. By that time, you're already over it, right? But finding things throughout the day, throughout the week, that saying, you know what, I'm going to take care of me. And menopause is all about, the first two letters in menopause is what? M-E.
Me. Exactly. I never thought of it that way. Good job.
Taking care of me. We can't take care of everyone else and don't take care of ourselves. Michaela, any last words you want to share?
Thank you so much. It's just bringing more awareness to this conversation. Check out your lifestyle, guys. Check out the food you're eating. Check out the toxins in your product and make these changes, because it really will. It's a whole body change. And don't get caught up in, oh my God, my life's over. It's not over. It's just the next wonderful stage of life. And Karlika, thank you so, so much.
Oh, thank you. You all heard it from Michaela. She said the next stage of life, whatever you want that to look like, you create it, right? You create the life that you love, the life that you want. Ladies, remember, Menopause and Mimosa, September the 18th. You want to make sure that you are in the Zoom building, right? The virtual building. So grab your virtual seat. The link is right there. I will put it in the chat as well. But we have speakers from California, Balsa. I'm gonna pull this up because I'm gonna tell y'all who the speakers are. I'm gonna pull it up so I do it right. But we have brain fog. It's real. What am I looking for? I'm looking for
speakers for your Menopause and Mimosa on September the 18th.
Yes. So I'm looking for the flyers. So yes, here we go. We have Lori King from Care Beauty. We will be doing a live special interview with her, and she's the CEO out of New York with her own skincare line and different things. So she will be joining us. Tammy Lee, Cool Products for Hot Women. That is her topic. She is the CEO of Opal Cool Products, OPAL. So ladies, check that out. She gave away some amazing prizes, like amazing giveaways. We have Deborah out of London. She shout out for menopause, right? That's what Michaela and I are doing today and every day. We are shouting out for menopause. We also have Tamika Chapman. She will be talking about the power of perseverance. Look, you got to persevere all in life, regardless if you're in menopause or not. And we have Julie Gordon White. She is the CEO and owner of Balsa Energy Bars. These are menopause energy bars, and they taste amazing. And they're plant-based.
Perfect. That's
the chocolate. So if you like need a kind of a sweet treat, but a healthy sweet treat, balsa bars, they are really good. Then we have Miss Dion Hall as well. She will be talking about menopause and essential oils and different things. So ladies, it's about creating your atmosphere, whether you're in menopause, self-care, all of those things. Create the atmosphere. Those aromas and everything, they play a part on our senses. Those stress levels, I'm telling you, get you some lavender, get you some lemongrass, get you some things that's going to Michaela talked about, she said, breathe. Look, we're telling someone on today, breathe, take a breath, take a moment, right? And like she said, if you need to just say, I need to quit today, it's okay.
It's okay.
I had to quit this morning. I was like, I'm going to sleep.
There you go. And it's okay.
It's okay. So Michaela, thank you so much. Ladies, remember, ME, take care of me, take care of yourself. I want to say thank you all for tuning in. We thank you all on this afternoon with us talking about menopause, shouting out from the rooftops. If this has been good to you, just drop ME in the comments, right? Just drop me. And if you have not shared this, make sure you share. If you have not connected with Michaela, look her up on
I'll
Facebook.
put the links and stuff in the.
Yep, you can definitely put it in the comments. So she's going to put her social media links. Make sure you connect with her. If you have questions, reach out to her. You're looking for someone to facilitate, speak, or anything, reach out to her, right? That's what it's all about, because you all know that's what we do. We don't just talk about support. We don't just talk about it. We live it. It is part of our lifestyle. So Michaela, thank you. Ladies, enjoy the rest of your Thursday afternoon. Make sure you take a little time for you on today. All right. I see you, Dr. Joe. I see you. And thank you so much for sharing. Look, you already know how we do it. So thank you, Selena. Thank you. And we are glad that this information helped you as well. You all, let's go out there and keep making those lifestyle changes. You all know what we say. Let's keep effing it up. Meaning you're going to face it. You're going to face it, whatever challenges you're having, but you are committed to fulfilling your purpose. Until the next time, I am Carlika Katrina Basnight-Menendez. Yes, all of that. And we will talk to you later all about our menopause talk on today. Peace out, y'all.